Please welcome to the stage Angela Mitchell, collaborative, resilient, persuasive, and Ivory Levert, thoughtful, compassionate, visionary.
Sometimes, in order to look forward, you must look back. I'd like to begin by taking us back to the end of 2019. Do you remember what you were doing, what you were thinking, what you were feeling? I do. To be honest, I was heartbroken. I had just experienced a very unexpected, painful breakup, and my heart was shattered. All I wanted to do was start over, begin again, turn the page on a new year. I'm sure many of you were also eagerly anticipating the new year. Perhaps you were spending time with loved ones and friends, reflecting, creating New Year resolutions, making vision boards for all of the things that you wanted to achieve in 2020. But nothing could have prepared us for what was about to unfold. As news of COVID-19 spread across our radios and smartphones and televisions, so did our feelings of uncertainty, doubt, grief, depression. But I would argue the most common feeling we all felt was fear. Now, we found different ways to cope. Some of us started new businesses, took up new hobbies, joined virtual book clubs, maybe spent a little bit more time than we wanted to with the people living in our households. And if you were anything like me, you spent a lot of time alone, thinking, pondering, wondering what if, and feeling more isolated than ever before. Each person in this room was impacted by COVID-19, but there was disproportionate damage done to the Black community. Not only did we experience higher mortality rates and risks of complications, we were navigating years of systemic racism and oppression that impacted our access to adequate health care. On top of COVID-19, our fear was amplified by the murders of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and Ahmaud Arbery. COVID-19, coupled with all of the social unrest that was unleashing across the country, created a collective yearning for safety, connection, and community. And since many indoor spaces were closed during that time, we found solace in the only way that we could, gathering together in the outdoors.
So during the summer of 2020, as a certified yoga and wellness guide, I began teaching yoga outdoors in the park, and Angie was finding restoration through long walks in nature. As we began to experience our own sense of refuge and healing, we wanted to be intentional about bringing other Black women along with us on the journey. So, in October of 2020, we launched a 6-week donation-based series in which we gathered women for 2-hour nature experiences that were uniquely themed to meet the unique perspectives and backgrounds of Black women. These experiences included reflective dialogue, nature education, gentle yoga, meditation, and hiking. The influence of these experiences inspired us to become an official 501c3 organization, expand our offerings, and grow our team. Our hearts continue to be full as we hear the impact of these experiences on Black women today. Now, although there is this perception societally that Black people, and especially Black women, don't do the outdoors, we know that that cannot be further from the truth. Black people don't do the outdoors or anything really in places where they don't feel welcomed, seen, or appreciated. Due to the history of enslavement, many Black folks still don't feel safe in nature experiences to this day. This can especially be true in many rural areas where symbolic flags of hate can still be found proudly displayed in windows and in front yards. The history of racism has also created an access issue. Many Black folks did not grow up in communities where green spaces were easily accessible due to issues like redlining and so much more. Our goal with Black Women in Nature is to not only undo this harmful messaging, it is about helping more Black women take up space in the outdoors and reconnect to our ancestral lineage in which we were connected to the land through a sense of reciprocity, of both giving and receiving. While we have reached over 1,000 Black women locally and abroad, we know that our work as co-founders is not done. We have big dreams and visions of what Black Women in Nature will become, and we know that we will continue to do our part. But what can you do after hearing our story today? Amplify our voices and the voices of other organizations like us working to diversify the outdoors. Speak our names when new resources and funding become available. Share our stories with the movers and shakers in your community. Invite Black folks and BIPOC-led organizations to be a part of the big decisions when it comes to designing new green spaces. Don't simply make decisions for us. Involve us, listen to us, build with us, and pay us for our time. Stand up against racism, even when it's uncomfortable. Speak up for the small, subtle things and the big, overt things, even if it has nothing to do with environmentalism. Individually, we can do so little, but collectively, we can shift cultures and change lives. We hope you will journey with us and consider donating to Black Women in Nature today using the QR code on the slide. Thank you so much for your time.